Chat tales. Don't you wanna hear some chat tales? Hello. All right, people, what's happening? Okay, chat tales. Yeah, I thought this was quite funny, so I thought I'd tell it. A few years back, went to the music festival in Benicassim with my wife, and I was joined out there with Cookie, John Jones, and Tom O'Connell, and Sarah as well. But yeah, me and Angie got out there a few days before the others, and we went round Barcelona, checked that out, and then jumped on the old train to down to Benicassim and or across the Benicassim, whatever you want to look at it. So we got there like before the others, and we sort of, what we'd done is, instead of like tenting it at the actual gig, like we went up a little bit more classy and booked these, I don't know, those like sheds, but big sheds with showers in and beds and kitchenettes, and yeah, it was sweet, nice. Yeah. So anyway, me and Angie had been there a couple of days or whatever. Got down to Benicassim and that, and then the others still hadn't arrived. So I was like, "Oh, should we go out and try and get some good old Spanish tapas somewhere?" So she said, "Yeah, sweet." So we went down to the beach, found like this restaurant, and they just had loads of dishes on this tapas, like little dishes you could order, like bits and pieces of everything you can imagine. Like, so you know what I'm like, old greedy chops. Like, I'm looking at this menu, the fellas come over, the old waiter. I'm like, yes, we're gonna have one of them, one of them, one of them, one of them, one. I was just choosing everything. One of the things that I chose was something called razor clams. Now, I love clams, but I weren't 100% sure what a razor clam was, but I just thought I love seafood anyway, so I'm probably going to love it. So anyway, ordered the food, and then it's turned up at the table, and like looking down it, I'm not joking, they look like willies with the skin pulled back. I'm not even joking. Like, so in this bowl, like there's like 8 willies. And I can see Angie's face is like, you're having a joke if you think I'm eating that. And I was like, no, it's going to be lovely. It's going to be lovely. So I sat there and started to eat these razor clams, and I'm not even joking. You put them in your mouth, and when you bite down on them, they burst. And oh my God, I must have got through 3 of them before I couldn't eat no more. And I don't think Angie even tried any of them. I think, again, just sat there looking at me like I'm a lunatic, which I suppose I can be occasionally. So anyway, like, yeah, so we've had these clams or whatever, and we've had our tapas. We go back to the hotel, not the hotel, the shed, the wooden shed that we're staying in is actually quite good. I'm making it out to be horrible, but it was actually quite a nice little thing. I think Cookie actually found these originally and give us the website and that, and we booked it all up on that. So anyway, the next day Cook arrives, but I woke up the next day and I am sick as a pig. I'm not even joking. I'm just like proper sick. So anyway, like I'm throwing up. I'm like, can't get out of bed. Anyway, Cookie's turned up and he's obviously on a mad one, and he's like, that's it. We're here. We're gonna do it. Like, so anyway, he's come round to our shed from his shed. I don't think Tom had turned up yet, and he came round and he's like, what's happening? What's happening? We're going out. We're going out. And I'm sitting there sick as a pig, can't move, right? And like Angie's made me some lunch, like a little sandwich, and we got like a big pot of olives, like, and we're eating them and that. And yeah, so we're sitting there, and Cook's come round and he's like, yeah, what's happening? Where we going? We're going out. We're going out. I was like, Cook, I said, I think, do you know what I mean? The festival starts in like 2 days. Like, I need to recover, man. Otherwise, I'm not even going to get to the festival. I'm proper ill, man. And then Angie's like to Cook, do you want a sandwich and some olives, Cook? And he sort of looked at Angie and then looked at me and he just went, no, you're right, Ange. And then he's like, I'm just gonna go, because there was a bar like in the middle of these sheds where the swimming pool was. So he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna pop to the bar and have a drink. So anyway, Cook's popped off to the bar to have a drink, and this was like 6 p.m. on the Tuesday, and I didn't see Cook again until lunchtime on the Friday or whatever, the day before the festival was kicking off or whatever. And Cook, he's a nut. He'd gone to the bar, had a couple of drinks, then he just went out on a mad one. I think he bumped into a load of Scottish geezers and he just went out with them for a couple of days. And this is the funny bit, like, because I don't know how it's ended up, but he ended up falling asleep on the beach and at night, and then he's woke up like either 10, 11 o'clock the next day on the beach. But the thing is, he'd been out in shorts and that, and he hadn't put no sun cream on or nothing, yeah. And basically, he cooked his legs, like they was red as anything. And it was quite funny because, like, we went, he came back to the thing and I bumped into him and I was like, have we been? He just looked fucked or whatever. And he's just like, oh, I've got to go and have a little sleep in the old shed. And I was like, all right, sweet, mate. So he went, he had a sleep and that. And so the next day he's come round to our shed again. And it's so funny because it was the same sort of situation that it was on the day that he arrived. And he was like, and I'm sitting there with a sandwich again, and we got these big pot of olives, and we're still eating them and all that. And she once again's offered Cook lunch, like, do you want a sandwich, some olives, Cook? And then Cookie's face, we looked at him, and he's like, yes, please, Ange. He sat down next to me, and she brought him some lunch. But it was just so funny, like, when he arrived and she offered him lunch or whatever, he's like looking at us like we's mad. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I ain't come to Spain to sit and have olives and bread, and do you know what I mean? But once he'd cooked himself alive, he thought it was a good idea to sit with us and have some sandwiches and olives. But it was funny because that day was the start of the festival. So after we'd had lunch, we basically got, I think we got cabs. Yeah, we got a cab, and Tom was there as well by then as well. And so we got a cab to the festival in Benicassim, and as we're going into the festival, like there's these Spanish guys that are checking tickets and letting you in or whatever, but they've spotted Cook's legs, and they've just come over to him and they've like, they said, what's happened to your legs? And he's like, oh, I fell asleep on a beach and all this, like, and he's like, oh, we've got to take you to the medical tent. So we all followed Cook to the medical tent, and I'm not even joking, we sat there for an hour while they pasted his legs with this yellow custard, wrapped him up like a mummy. I'm not even joking. And then basically told him that he had to come to that tent every day to get the dressings and all that changed because he burnt his legs so bad. But yeah, that was a crazy gig, and got to see the Stone Roses, Noel Gallagher, Miles Kane. I think we even saw Bob Dylan, and yeah. That. So I just thought that might be a little tale for you. Nice one. All right, enjoy a Chapcast. Chap tales. Don't you wanna hear some chap tales?